morning students. I hope you have gone through the previous video properly and thoroughly. So today we are going to do the remaining part of the video. So before starting the remaining part, we will first recall what we have studied in the previous video. So starting with our chapter was food. We understood what is food, what is food required for. And so we learned that food gives us energy. If we want energy to perform our day-to-day activities, we eat food. We need to eat proper food. Now food helps us to grow. I showed you the images of small children growing up. So food helps us to grow. And good and proper food will help us to grow properly. Food protects and heals our body. If you remember the image of the boy who had got wound, so food helps us to heal our body. Now, also we understood that when we are having food, we get it from different sources. So, sources of food were plants and animals. In that, source of plants, right? The food from plants are fruits, vegetable and grains. So from plants we get fruits, vegetable and grains. Then food from animals. Which food we get from animals? We get milk, eggs and meat. Then we understood about salt. Salt as an important part of food. And we understood that it is an important part of food and it is obtained neither from plants nor from animals but from seawater. If you remember the image where the seawater was piled up and in a small mountain shape, the images of salt piles were kept. So we get salt from seawater. Now we have understood what is food required for, what are the sources of food. We also need to understand what are food groups. Okay. Now you can see this is a picture of a complete food plate. Okay. Now there are different food groups according to which which helps us to grow in a proper manner. You can see that these are some of the examples like fruit, vegetable, grain, protein, dairy products. All these come in different food group category. Okay. Now we understand the first group, which is energy giving food. Okay. Now the first groups of food groups is where the food is divided. In that, the first one is energy giving food, which by eating which food we get energy. Those are sugar, rice, wheat flour, oil and butter, and also potatoes. You can see the images of these food items which give us energy. Whenever you are feeling low, you can have a little bit of sugar and that will give you energy. Now next is bodybuilding food. Bodybuilding food means the one which helps your body to build the stamina, the strength. Okay. Some part of food will give you protein, some will give you fat. Okay. Why? Because that is required for bodybuilding. Now which are these food? One is meat, eggs, then dairy products or milk products. Then we have our pulses. These all foods are the bodybuilding food. And our last category or the last food group is protective food. The food which helps to protect our body and also helps us to heal our body. So protective food will consider fruits, spinach, cabbage, beans, like fruits and vegetables. Now we can say that food that protects our body from disease, okay, heals our body in case of injury is called the protective food. Now next is, before starting explaining the next topic, I'll show you one thing. Now this is a scale. If I put all the fat products in this side, what will happen? The scale will have an imbalance. Okay, that's what happens with our body. Okay, when we are having only one type of food, body becomes weak. So it's very important to have a balanced diet. Okay. Now we should always eat a balanced diet in order to have a healthy body. So you understood with the example of scale that if we need to maintain the balance, we should always have a balanced diet. And why should we have a balanced diet? In order to have a healthy body. अगर अच्छा तंदुरुस्त body चाहिए तो हमें balanced diet लेना चाहिए. A diet should contain food from all the three groups. We have understood all the three groups. Which were the three groups? If you can remember. Yeah. So first was energy giving food group, then bodybuilding food group, and the third was protective body protecting food group. Okay, protective food group. So all the three food groups you have to remember that from all the food groups you should have a food, right? We should drink plenty of water. Now water, our body is made up of 70% of water. That is why we should have at least 6 to 8 glasses of water in a day. If you remember in our last chapter, our body, we had understood that we should drink water in order to keep our kidneys healthy, right? So we all have understood what is a balanced diet. We understood that we should have a balanced diet. We understood food. Okay, we understood food groups. Now, food being a very important part of our life, we should also understand good food habits. What you should do to have good habits for food? You should wash your raw food. Okay, whenever you are getting fruits or vegetables from outside. Now, very important in this time, whenever your parents or your brother and sister are getting something from outside, you need to wash it properly. Okay, so wash your raw food, then only you have your food. Then drink water. Then you should not eat food you should not eat food very fast. You should chew it properly. Okay, take your time and patiently have your food. जल्दी जल्दी खाने की जरूरत नहीं है. आराम से खाना खाओगे तो आराम से डाइजेस्ट होगा. Right? So what are the good food habits? Wash your hands before and after eating. Okay? You should always wash your hands whenever you are before and after eating. Then wash fruits and vegetables before eating them. Whenever you are getting fruits or vegetables from outside, you should wash them. Okay? Chew food properly before swallowing it. Whenever you are having your food, swallow it properly and chew it and then you swallow it. Try to say no to junk food. Okay, you should avoid outside pizzas and all the junk foods in order to keep your body healthy. So students, what did we learn in this chapter? We learned that food is very essential for us. Why? Because in our day-to-day activities we require energy, and what gives us energy? Food. Okay. We need food for energy, growth and repairing of our body. What does repairing of our body mean? Healing. Okay. Whenever you get hurt, जब भी चोट लग जाती है तो आपकी बॉडी खुद अपने आप को रिपेयर करती है. और ये एबिलिटी बॉडी में कहाँ से आती है? जब हम अच्छा खाना खाते हैं. ठीक है. We should eat a balanced diet. We should always have a balanced diet. ना ज़्यादा फैट खाना है, ना ज़्यादा कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स, ना ज़्यादा प्रोटीन. We should always have a balanced diet which is containing all the nutrients and vitamins. Right? We should follow good eating habits. All the good habits which we have seen: washing your hands, washing your raw foods. Okay. Then chewing your food properly and then swallowing it. You should always keep these things in your mind. Okay students, now here with this we complete our third chapter, food. Now after this video I will share question answers which you have to write in your classwork book, and also I will share the textbook exercise which you have to do in your textbook. Thank you.